embroiderers, it's Deborah Jones with your Technically Speaking companion video on embroidering pile materials. In this lesson, we're going to talk about how to get the best embroidery on your pile fabrics by using a mid-weight water-soluble topping, and I'll show you how to make one if you don't have one on hand. And we're going to also look at a base fill technique, which involves applying a base of stitches that can be either very light density or regular density to allow the detail of your lettering and other design elements to show through very clearly. So let's start with the light density base fill technique. These two embroidered animals are a great example of the light density fill technique. A base fill has been applied to each animal before the lettering. Notice how clear and cleanly the lettering stitches without a water-soluble topping, saving removal time and, of course, the cost of the soluble. Notice that a little fur peeks through, but the light density fill lays down enough of the pile so that the lettering shows up very clearly. In this instance, a soft shape heart has been applied at a density of about 12 points. Notice in both instances a matching color has been used for the light density fill. This is different than when using a full density fill, which we'll look at now. When applying a full density fill, you have the luxury, like on this golf head cover, of using a contrasting color. And when you use a contrasting color, you can make it part of the design element, like I've done here in the golf green on the head cover, and then applying the lettering on top of that. So the base fills are used by a lot of high-end manufacturers, from golf head cover manufacturers to jacket manufacturers and companies such as Land's End, in order to give their fleece a nice smooth embroidery base so that your lettering comes out just as clearly as it would on a smooth embroidery surface. Embroidering fleece blankets like these can be a challenge, not only because you need to get the small lettering to show up on top of the fleece, but also hooping can leave hoop marks. So for that reason, I sometimes use the fast frame or similar holding fixture. They're very easy to use. Just peel back the protective covering and apply the self-adhesive stabilizer to the reverse side of the frame. Then just fold over a bit onto the top of the frame for additional security, and just slip the fixture underneath and attach it to the special hardware that fits your embroidery machine. Notice we did not use a base fill on the lettering of this blanket. To get it to come out nice and clearly like this, I like to use a mid-weight stabilizer. The lightweight varieties, like this one, tend to break down too quickly. So I like to use a midweight. But if you don't have a midweight on hand in your stash, it's easy to make a midweight. Just take 2 pieces of brown paper bag. You can use Teflon sheets if you happen to have them on hand, but a paper bag will work very nicely. Layer 2 sheets, one on top of the other, on top of a base of the brown paper bag. Apply a topping of another brown paper bag and fuse the two together. It'll take just a few seconds using firm pressure, and you'll find the best setting on your individual iron to fuse the 2 pieces together. So after a few seconds, when you lift the paper, you'll find that the stabilizers have started to bond together. So in this case, I'm going to press a few more seconds because the additional fusing of these actually makes it stronger than 2 individual layers. So when I'm finished, I'm going to have a fused piece of mid-weight stabilizer that will not break down in the deep pile as readily as a single layer of lightweight stabilizer. Okay, so now I have a single layer of fused stabilizer that is mid-weight. Perfect. Thanks for watching this installment of Stitches Magazine companion video to embroidering on pile fabrics.